Welcome back to the Wafflehouse. Sans is Skip. Unfortunately, couldn't be with us today, so Lewin will be Iskip. And
what do you mean? I'm right here with my little baby boy, who is a dragon.
A resume from last week. Dak.
Yeah. So let's see. What do? We start off at the temple at the top of the mountain. With a bit of discussion, found various means back down again through some fly spells and earth glides and what have you. After freeing the chain, we still managed to leave it at the top because we're just that good. Made our way back to the headmaster to fill him in on what happened. Stories were told. Elle was drunk. Jack drank some psychedelic tea. Found out some truths from his past, which has given him a great deal to think about. And Singorn is still in the balance, so we probably should do something about that next.
And of course, you forgot the bit where you closed the portal, which is exactly why you were there in the first place.
It's details.
The part where you saved everyone.
Saved Exandria being overrun by the elemental plane of Earth, but
everyone remembers that bit.
Yeah,
that's me and Boris bustle time.
Yeah.
I legit thought that was the week before because I forgot where we left off.
I mean, for all we know, the Earth plane could be quite a nice place. You know,
it did look like a nice place.
You know, they might have been a benevolent overlord.
They didn't look benevolent.
So, a long rest. You sleep, exhausted, in the mead hall. It is warm. You have a slight buzz from the mead. Your bellies are full. And you pass the night protected from outside influence. Are any of you going to stand guard, or are you just going to crash out? Conk out. And you wake in.
I'll set an alarm around myself before sleep. That's about it.
Okay, so you can do alarm around. You're all sleeping close together. Okay. And all you hear is intermittently you get woken up, Jacques, with your hearing, and you just hear scampering of rats, heavy snoring, laughing outside, and you feel a weight here has been lifted. You have done good here.
Yeah.
And you wake in the morning. The sun is shining through the windows. Sky is murky, high up in the clouds. The fog has come in. But you feel the oppression over the last few days has been lifted. You arise. There's something different about Dak. He's looking smooth and sharp. Wearing the same Elvis clothes he had the night before, but they now seem to fit him better, and he looks. He seems to have grown into them. Sharp-dressed tiefling.
Am I right in thinking Dak was quite young?
Yeah, well, reasonably. Yeah.
He's just. I think I'd just probably put that to him going through puberty.
he's 23. He's a bit past that.
I'm winding you up. Yeah, late grower. It's all right. He's all right. He's just got a bit bigger. All his adventures, his muscles are just woken up.
Your voice got a bit deeper, did it?
Yeah.
Goodness me, what young whippersnappers you are.
A waitress comes up to you with bowls of cold, clear spring water, soap, and food. With toasted bread with cheese and ham is on the table. And she goes up to Dak. Sir, Mr. Dak, do you wish to do your ablutions and clean yourself up, or straight for your breakfast?
Yeah, I think cleaning myself up is probably a good call. Yeah, I will do that.
You have some rents in your clothing. Would you like me to repair that for you?
Well, if it wouldn't be too much trouble.
Oh, well, you give me your clothing and I should do it for you now.
Well, thank you very much.
So you
I will
just
do so.
Avert the eyes.
so you strip off. You've got this ironwood carapace underneath that, breastplate underneath that, but you are down into your underclothes. And who has passive perceptions which are high?
Unfortunately, JC does.
JC, you. Yep.
Yiskip does as well.
Is Skippy's attending to a dragon at the moment?
No, that's fine. He's stealing food off the nearby table
Oh,
of a
yes.
very disgruntled-looking man.
Absolutely. And Jacques, you see that basically activity in this place as people waking up has stopped as everybody's staring at Dak. Mostly the females there, but some of the men are too. You've actually not seen him disrobed like this before. He's actually quite a... you know him sort of like almost like a hedge wizard, scrawny and a bit unkept, but he actually looks... He's brushed up quite well this morning.
I will, just because it's the childish thing to do. I'm going to ask him: is it a bit cold in here?
I don't believe so. I mean, I'm not fully dressed and I feel comfortable.
Oh, Mr. Dak, are you cold? And one of the other waitresses comes along with a cloak and says, "Oh, well, just wear this and warm yourself up."
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Dak is deeply confused.
And she smiles as you pull away.
JC will be sniggering a little bit because he didn't get the joke.
No, he didn't. It went completely over his horns.
So
I'll keep that in mind for next time.
this is one girl there is repairing your garments. Food is brought to a table, and you can all break your fast.
Lovely. I suppose we better get some sort of plan together.
Yeah, so on that note, is Fusto currently making a grumbling thunder noise?
No, because you had alcohol last night.
Excellent, okay. No worries. Let me know if that starts up at some point, because it seems like that's a continual thing
Oh yeah,
that we're going to have to deal with everyone.
yeah. You never, when you get decent weapons, decent magic items, they never come without a cost.
There's always a catch.
There's always a catch. Yeah, so it's sort of you can hear there's a slight buzz to it if you listen closely, and you swear you hear a bit of mumbling about retreat. You pulled away from dragon. Retreat, not in the creed.
Boris starts talking to his weapon. Just so that everyone can see the picture in front of them. Hey, I didn't run away. I was a bird. I would never run away. It was the bird. The bird did it.
You ran away. But yeah, you ran away. But today's a new day. Don't do that again, all right? Nobody else can hear this, just you can.
They're kind of used to me talking to no one anyway, to be fair.
Yeah.
It's
And
just
actually,
another day in the course.
and actually, we forget about your ancestors, don't we? But so they are there. They are consuming cheese, and there is black honey tea there, which is very refreshing. And Uncle Angus is pouring it down his ruined neck. Very pleasant.
It's quite a nice start to the day.
Yeah. Oh, Boris, I think that young lady over there may fancy you.
Boris is looking around. Can he spot this young lady, and does she
Make an insight roll.
insight? Okie dokie.
Oh yeah, they're all looking vaguely in your direction.
Well, I'm quite striking.
You are.
Whilst all that's going on, JC, who has now finished his sort of milk and cheese and all that, is going to start doing another fabled cat tradition of he's going to start knocking things off the table.
Okay.
Just because I'm going to sit there and just slowly push it off and onto the floor.
You are in good stead with these people, and they're just humoured by this. If you carry on doing it, they may get ill-humoured, but at the moment they are amused.
So Singorn then?
So the headmaster comes up. Wafflehouse, you are awake. I trust you slept well.
Yes, thank you very much.
Good. The air is now clear. The rumblings are dispelled, thanks to your good selves. Oh, you have the little Freddy there. And he goes up, and in his hand he has a sausage roll made with goat's meat, and he offers it to Freddy, and Freddy just snaps it down. And he looks at the headmaster and starts to purr. Farouk! Farouk! And a puff of smoke comes out of his mouth.
Yiskip's immediately going to look around the room. Is there a sausage roll or piece of meat bigger than the one that was just given to him?
There is hams on the table, which are bigger, yeah.
Yeah. Yiskip's going to go grab one of the hams and then go back up to Freddy and go, here you go, here's a proper meal from your real parent.
Oh. And it opens its mouth as wide as it can, and this ham struggles to fit in. And he swallows it. Has anybody got animal handling skill?
Boris
Surprisingly,
Boris,
pet owner, Yiskip does not.
Boris, could you make a animal handling roll for me, please?
The druid doesn't either.
I'm going to give you advantage on this, actually. It's not difficult to see. You can see this ham go down the throat and get stuck in his neck. And he starts to thrash around a little bit.
Yiskip's going to give him a key-empowered Heimlich.
I don't think Iskip's noticed yet.
Fair enough.
Handling. But Boris, you notice that Farouk is choking on this piece of meat, which is far too big.
Oops, that's not working. If his mouth's still open,
yep.
Boris is going to chuck a hand in there and try and drag this thing back out.
Okay. Make a dexterity roll for me, please.
Straight up dexterity, okay.
Yep, advantage, because Iskip can see what you're doing now. Okay, you reach in and you pluck this bone out. And it's a little bit like a cartoon. When you pluck it out, all the meat is gone. It's just the bone is left. And Farouk just... and you can see this thing go down his neck and just sit in his stomach, which is now about twice its size it was before. And he lets out
we remove hair.
Enormous belch. Sorry, that was me.
That was a really good show.
And a puff of smoke comes out of his mouth as he does that. He picks up. He takes his snout to a flagon of water and just sups on it, and then crawls round Iskip's neck again.
Maybe in the future we remove the hard stuff. Let's get rid of teeth and bones and things.
He's my pet, thank you very much. But yes, good idea.
Yes, Skip. Do
Hello.
you think that perhaps with Singorn being as dangerous as it potentially is, that maybe taking Freddy with us maybe isn't the best idea?
No, we've taken care of things before. It's not as though creatures and party members have died before. We should be fine, right?
Well, I only asked because he seems so comfortable with the headmaster here. If anyone would be able to look after him in the interim, it seems like the headmaster would be them.
I'm gonna go under the assumption that Yiskip probably won't give Freddy to anyone ever. So
yeah, no, that's totally fair. I just feel like
no, No. He's my son. He's staying with me.
Okay, fair enough. I just thought I'd give you the option to have a think before we set off.
And Patisse comes up, headmaster. Master Iskip, if you're going into dangerous territory, you probably want to stay here and bear the mother of young Freddy.
But the others... Ooh, difficult decision. The others may need me, though. Ooh,
Freddy needs you too. It is the choice of being a mother.
Responsibilities of being a parent. Such a decision. Okay, I'll stay with Freddy. Sorry, guys. As soon as I can, I will come and join you. But just look at his little face.
And the headmaster looks at you, Dak. Would you be okay with that, Dak of the Mercy Tribe?
Yes, I think that's probably sensible. I mean, after all, it's not uncommon for mothers to stay with their young, at least for the first few weeks. I think this is more than acceptable.
And you can see some of the girls. Your clothes are finished being mended. They've been handed back to you. A good job is being done, been sewn up.
Thank you
but
very
a
much.
lot of these young serving wenches are now fussing around Freddy, who seems to quite enjoy it now. Although Iskip looks terrified with all these women around him.
You keep away from that woman with nothing but trouble. You hear me, Freddy? If you ever date a woman, I will be very disappointed.
I'll second that.
I will be deeply confused.
And Freddy seems to be in his element.
No.
No. Exactly that. And headmaster goes, so Wafflehouse, we will entertain Iskip and the young wormling. You have duties you need to do.
Thank you.
Not sure how much it might be entertaining the other way round, to be honest. Yeah, we should get going.
Different sort of entertaining, I think. Yeah.
Can I do a quick calculation? With one additional Yiskip and one additional Yiskip child, roughly how long does the village have before famine kicks in?
At least a week.
That's what Heroes Feast.
Their food stores must be overflowing then.
Fortunately, they can do good booze.
Yes.
And the bees are outside, busy in the hives, collecting nectar from the meadow flowers, making honey. They have lost numbers of their people already with the troubles, and so their food supplies are actually pretty robust at the moment.
That's good. So 3 weeks then.
Yeah, yeah.
That's when he starts looking at the people hungrily.
So
Just remove the bones first.
So Yiskip is just going to say, it's not goodbye. It's just until you've cleared out a city of horrible demon things and it's safe for my son.
Yep, no problem.
Easy.
Okay, so what is the Wafflehouse doing?
Well, if everyone is ready, I think it is time to face almost certain death, little reward, and usually a scolding from a bunch of angry elves that we were far too slow in getting there. Sounds good, right?
Better late than
Yeah,
never.
it sounds like quite the caper.
Wonderful. Well, if everyone would follow me, let us go to Singorn immediately. Come on.
Sure.
Time is wasting, people are dying. Unfortunately, maybe a couple of people related to me may be dying. Come on. With that, Lewin's going to make his way out. Is there a reasonably large open space near the main hall?
Yeah, there is. The ground's a little muddy, the hall itself is a hard packed ground.
Wonderful. Right. Before we go, just a reminder that almost certain death, horrible things happening in Singorn. I suggest if you have anything which will help you in combat, you prepare it now before we go.
And the girl who repaired your clothes, Dak, runs up to you with a white flower and says, "This may protect you. Wear it as a favour."
Oh. It's beautiful. Thank you very much.
Make an insight roll.
Yep, Dak hasn't got the foggiest. Insight, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? There it is.
Oblivious.
12. Yep.
Oblivious. How'd you get +4? What's that from?
I have no idea.
Guidance. You got guidance on at the moment. Okay, but you haven't done guidance. Yep.
How do I turn that off?
There you go on your character sheet. You just tick the box for guidance, bless, and things like that. Get rid of it.
Oh, there it is. Bless. I see.
Okay. So, what are you doing?
So Lewin is going to reach into two of his pockets, pull out a duck egg and a quail egg, both empty.
Yep.
And he's going to crush them together in his hands, and he's going to sprinkle just a small bit over everyone in the party.
Yeah. Have you all had your have you all done your long rests and got everything back? Yep. Okay. Yep.
Oh, absolutely.
Yep. So everyone, you've got the telepathic bond for the next hour.
Hey.
In case this goes horribly wrong, which there is every chance of.
When?
And as I said, if there's anything you've got to prepare, I recommend doing it now. Okay, cool. You can see that Lewin. You see that Lewin starts muttering a few words in the air as you see a small sigil start to appear in an arcing circle on the ground. Right, it's like Christmas crackers. Everyone hold hands.
So what are you doing? What are you casting?
I am going to cast teleport.
Teleport.
Yes.
Okay. Where are you trying to teleport to?
So I am trying to teleport to the centre of Singorn, to the Yodless Lake, just outside it. It's a place I'm familiar with.
You are familiar.
So if I roll a 1 to a 5, that's a horrible failure. Hold on, let me get the spell up and proper because the text here doesn't do it properly.
So I would say you're very familiar, although you haven't been there for quite some time.
Would you say casual then?
I would say casually now, yeah.
That's fine.
So things may have changed a lot in the last 100 years.
It's fair enough. So for everyone's point on this, if I roll a 1 to a 33, there's a mishap. If I roll a 34 to a 43, it's the similar area. If it's 44 to 53, it's off target, which means we're there, but we're about 1d10 miles away. And if it's on target, we just arrive there.
Cool.
Okay.
So let's see what happens. 51. That is similar area.
Similar area. So you hold hands in this. And the mead hall starts to fade in front of your eyes, and you feel this feeling of falling over and over and over, like a feeling of being drunk, where you're constantly pitching forwards. You stumble. So that is okay. I know what we'll do.
Here we go for the text and easier reading.
Okay. Yep. Let me go to.
Oh dear.
That last sentence, though.
Okay. I think we will go to here. You get that you are suddenly the air feels heavy. It is moist. Fog clouds roll in a unfelt breeze. You hear chittering and chattering. Not far from you, you see a creature with multiple mouths. You have been here before.
Oh, bother. I hate it when that happens.
You have ended up in the heart of the Mire Skull. Now, you may need to put your characters back on because this is ones I put on before. Don't know if these are going to... can you just check and make sure your characters are okay?
Yeah,
Yeah, I can see that. Should I just take your skip off for the time being?
Yeah. Dak, is your character have everything as it should do?
Seems to.
Okay, cool. Let's take that is off. Okay. And you get here, so you feel the forest is watching you. It is. Let's have this one. So there is croaking and you see Dak. You now recognise movement in some of the trees. These tree creatures have attacked you previously, and you feel you're being surveilled.
Well, I suppose we were going to end up back here eventually.
In my defence, this is technically the same woods as Singorn.
Oh yeah. No, you did good. Don't worry.
Are we not far from where your book was last seen?
Indeed we are. Is Chernoborg's treehouse still here?
Can you see the treehouse?
I think I can.
See, there's a treehouse there. There are dim lights smoking heavily in the damp swamp atmosphere. It feels unpleasantly close and warm. Already you can feel items starting to descend.
Well, opportunity in uncertainty. Seems like a very good chance to wrap up our business here. Don't you think, Dak?
Yeah, I was just thinking that myself.
You do have the keystone, don't you?
I do, yes.
Good. Well, let's not give it to him. Come on.
I love your characters.
Yeah, I was just thinking that. Well, Lewin, I feel as since your book got us into this situation in the first place, I think you should have the pleasure of denying him his prize.
That's a very clever way of saying you gave my book away to a horrible unknown entity, and you now feel guilty about it.
Oh, I do. I don't need to be clever about that. I will quite freely admit that.
Good. Well, may I say that I think we have more important matters. I have a book I can use for the time being. Chernobyl can wait. He's been alive. He's been alive a long time. Sorry, alive is a very dubious concept. He has existed for a very long time. I'm sure he can wait an extra couple of centuries. Come on.
Very well.
More important.
Okay, so what are you doing?
To Singorn it is.
Do you remember, Dak? On our way past, we went through one of Singorn's watch towers. It was a place called, hold on. Yeah, it's part of the Shifting Keep. Do you remember any of the trees around there?
I can't say as I was looking specifically to remember. I recall there were trees there, but I cannot pick out an individual one from my memory.
Oh, damn. It was with Lieutenant Treman. Oh, I'm sorry, Treman.
Hmm. Yes, I certainly remember the encounter, but yeah, unfortunately, I don't recall the details.
Blast. Where is the nearest tree you remember?
Probably when we met your father, I would think. As we were taking camp there, I was staring off, and I did notice a tree opposite the camp where we were sitting.
I can't remember where that was. That was somewhere near.
It was in the vicinity, but I couldn't tell you where.
It was just off the road from Kymel to Single.
Ah. Yeah, so that may actually take us further than we are now.
I'm trying to think of the map of Tal'Dorei.
But is the journey not a little bit safer?
So if I remember correctly, we are currently smack dab in the Myaskar.
Oh, the Myaskar. The Myaskar.
Hey, there we are. So we are, what's that? About 100 miles southwest of Singon.
If that. Where's Singon? It's less than 100 miles. Probably
Less than
about
100 miles.
about 30 miles, I think.
And we left somewhere up here, didn't we? Maybe slightly further north.
So you're coming down the road here, and then you came off. That's where you met the Green Man. The first Green Man.
The first Green Man. Suggestions, everyone.
Why aren't we dealing with our gentleman here in the treehouse?
Because he is a massive trickster god who cannot be trusted. And last time we did business with him, well, not really you, Boris. You're a good lad, but you, gesturing vaguely at the rest of the party, gave away my most important thing.
Well, I believe he was very honest about that.
I voted for you to keep it.
Were we deceived at any point? I feel like he kept to his end of the bargain, and then we kind of betrayed him.
It's one of those things.
No, you go.
I was going to say, it's one of those things where we were offered a choice that wasn't really a choice. We kind of just had to do it, or it would have ended poorly for us. But as Lewin has well and truly pointed out, this being seems to have existed for a great deal of time, and he's not my favourite person right now. I'd rather help Singon.
I'm saying it's rather convenient that he sends us away and then immediately attacks my home city immediately after we've been sent away to deal with some business in the other part of the continent.
Lewin can fight the god on his own in another century or two. We'll all be dead by then.
Ooh, a century or two. I like your confidence.
Maybe he can get us to Singon.
Oh, I hate it when Boris makes sense. It says things about the world. Boris is, of course, correct.
It's your book. You make the decision on when you want to deal with it. If you want to deal with it now, that's fine. But if you want to get to Singon, I completely understand as well.
Far be it from me to trust a unknown eldritch being, but Boris is correct. He managed to get us to Terra without thought. It does inspire belief that he may be able to do the same as Singon. However, I do not trust him.
No, I think we'd be foolish to trust him.
But we do have something he wants.
But I think we should...
You see this thing in the water getting closer to you. Mouths gibbering, inane nonsense, looking at you.
Well, I think it's time to make a decision. Do we approach or do we leave?
It stays in the water. It's up to its top mouths and eyes are looking at you. There's gurgling coming from under the water as it is laughing in the water.
I don't believe in fate or circumstance or luck. The fact we are here, despite my fantastical abilities, is a sign.
A word of caution then is that if we try and play our hand too strongly, he may just choose to try and take it by force.
Very true. very likely.
So just so we're all on the same page.
Are we in agreement then? We try and parley with Chernobyl?
Let's go
Yeah.
Okay. Leave yourself upwards then.
And remember, and Lewin puts his hand to his head, we don't have to talk anymore. We can think. Although it is very likely he can hear this as well.
Yeah. Let's not give away too much.
Well, champion, announce our presence, please.
So, Boris has never really understood the whole telepathic thing. He's pretty much always said it out loud, even though it comes through telepathically also. This one time he announces
As you
your
get
presence
closer,
telepathically.
you see elves sitting in the branches of the trees and looking at you. You're going to be eaten. Or squashed or turned into a slug. And turns into hacking cough. Courtesy of COVID.
Yeah.
Goodness me, swamp humour has really gone downhill.
I'm not sure they're entirely sane.
Oh, you think?
By announce our presence, Boris is just going to walk up to the door and knock, basically.
Okay. Knock on the door.
He certainly is. I'm not sure if it's this lower level here or I have to come up to this upper level, but he will go up to the
You
door.
go up to the dock, and the door opens.
Hello, us again.
Let's get rid of that.
I just saw something very big go past the screen. And
Yeah, I'm just moving the treehouse.
Oh yeah, I thought the tree had moved. I shit myself for a moment there.
I'll just get rid of that. Just shrink it down.
Treebeard's about to
Okay,
smush
so
us.
it's gone. Okay, so you open the door, and inside you see a scene you've seen before. There was a bed there with a skeleton lying on the bed, covered in mould, and there are creatures crawling through the ribs with the eye sockets. There's a big glass ball there, mounted on an iron tripod.
Boris won't go in.
Ah, champion. Of course, you have returned. Ah, Wafflehouse. I am surprised. And you all hear
Yes.
this in your minds. I'm surprised to see you back and delighted.
Yes, well, we often hear that, although not from someone as powerful as you, Sir Chernobyl. No, if I remember, we had a deal.
We did.
You want your fancy stone,
I do.
and
Put it
in
on
return,
the table. And there was a desk there with a small cage in it. Cage is open.
and may I ask, what exactly are your designs with this keystone? It's not a very rare item. I'd be intrigued to know what such an enlightened creature would do with such a thing.
Well, you may ask, but I decline to tell you.
Gah.
But you all have fulfilled your side of the bargain. Here is your book back. Very interesting. I like some of your flourishes. I have added it to my repertoire of incantations. And there is a bookshelf beside you, and you can just see a book just comes out slightly, and you recognise your old spell book.
Oh boy! Well, I am glad you appreciate my flourishes. I will very kindly take that back.
It is. It is. I have perused it and gleaned everything from your amateurish spell casting ability, but it was enlightening and it was something that keeps me amused.
Well, I'm glad to see that you enjoy my novelties. Of course, an expert would have added their own incantations in.
Yes, I have to my own.
Not in a sharing mood. There's a novice here which is very keen to learn from a being as powerful as yourself.
I have shared. You wished knowledge from me, and the knowledge you wished was how to find the mine. Is that not so?
Point of note: did we find where the mine was?
No.
No, I don't think so.
Were we specific with our words? Did we just say where is the mine, or did we say where is the Myaskar mine, or?
Oh, now you're asking.
You wish to find the mine from which Whitestone was being discovered, processed, and you have brought me this stone, and there is a tale, I am sure, wish to humour me with that. I can humour you with some tea. Maybe
Well,
some sandwiches.
could we perhaps make a negotiation for a bonus? We have, of course, fulfilled this job in remarkable time, and perhaps an extra boon would be in order for such fantastic service by my team.
Well, you are a wordsmith, but I should really talk to that who's in charge of the Wafflehouse, Jack of the Mercy tribe.
Well, I think Lewin makes a fair point.
Really? What boon would you ask? Could you make a persuasion roll for me, please, Jack? Have advantage.
Persuasion. Why is it still doing a +4? 8.
Well, I think a boon is more than you have earned. I will show you where the entrance to the mine is. If you wish to still go there.
Well, I have no doubt we will ultimately need to get there. As it stands right now, we're in more desperate need for travel to Singorn.
You would struggle to get to Singorn now.
Oh?
Yeah.
I think I understand his insinuation, Dak. It is likely, with the city under attack, they would have transported themselves back into the Feywild.
I didn't think they would be able to do that.
They can, it's just much more dangerous without the sigil stones.
Ah, I see.
They can't without the threshold crest.
Ah, there you go.
You would know that. I will show you the situation of Singorn. And the orb starts to glow, and it becomes. You can see there's clouds in that. Do you wish to look into the orb?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. I've got 0 in wisdom. I'm absolutely going to look into that.
So the clouds clear, and you see the verdant expanse, broken, the trees destroyed, just bare earth, and the walls of Singorn standing, not surrounded by trees now, but you see the whole countryside is a swathe of demons, snarling. They are laying siege to the walls of Singorn.
Ah, well, that's a problem.
How did this even happen? Demons attacking Singorn of all places? Usually they don't bother. Tal'Dori's a much more exciting prospect.
Let's go to... I think we need to change the music now, because we need to go to something which is a little bit... is that the one? You see the demons swarming, almost like an ocean of creatures with deformed arms, deformed legs, mouths at precarious angles, teeth snarling. There is a knot of archers there, which are overrun. You can see these tiny little demons which just surge forward, screaming in a language which is you can't hear through the orb, and they just overrun the elven archers outside the walls, and you can see some of these little creatures consume the elves, and then they start to morph and they grow enlarged and they get extra mouths and extra arms and they're bigger. They howl and they crash into the wall, but they were repulsed. You can see this glimmer around Singorn, and you realise there are arcane wards there.
The demons that we've seen have just grown. Do they look similar to the ones that we saw outside here?
Demons? No, they're gibbering mouthers. Some of you, Dak has seen those before. These are just aberrations.
Okay,
they are. If you're unprepared, they can be quite dangerous. But for part of your size and stature, this size, they're just a bit of an inconvenience.
Okay.
I'll see if I've got any of these pictures of them, these demons I can show you. The little ones. The little ones are tiny.
Little Queasits.
Sorry?
Little Queasits.
Ankle biters.
They're not. They are. If you look in the chat, they are like that. Tiny little things.
Ooh.
But there are others there. That is what most of them are. But there are others there as well, which are larger and looks significantly more problematic. And there are some really large ones there. Think a little bit like, oh god, what was that movie with Starship Trooper?
Oh yeah.
Some of them and the bigger ones are like that.
Nice.
And there are bigger ones still, and you can see generals at the rear. There must be 10,000 demons.
That's a big old army.
Could somebody make a religion roll for me, please? Who has religion skill?
Ooh, I've got religion.
Yeah, not my bag.
Let's have a look. Hey!
You're a bit overwhelmed seeing this.
I know, it's terrible. Terribly interesting.
So Singorn is besieged by a demon army.
Where did such a number come from, and unnoticed?
They have been rapidly coming from the mine you seek.
Ah,
And there's another clouds fill the orb again, and they feel you see this mine entrance, and you see screaming hordes of demons pouring out of them. This is where you wish to go. I would advise against it. We are safe here.
Singorn certainly isn't.
No.
God, to think I had some sort of respect for you, Chernoborg. Safety? Where is excitement, learning and adventure in safety? Disgraceful, stagnant.
I think what our friend is trying to say is we have priorities at Singorn that we need to attend to.
No,
The
Chernoborg is
believer-
right. If he's telling the truth, we are facing effectively an unending army if we went to Singorn. I'm sure you would manage to make a pretty hefty dent in an unending tide, but it seems the more sensible option is to try and shut it down.
Maybe that'd be the way
Yes.
mine is.
You wish to have tea? And a kettle is boiling now, the stove. The skeleton has not moved.
If the mine is where you think we should go, then we should go sooner rather than later.
I agree, but Chernoborg has been polite enough to offer us a cup of tea. It would be rude to pass that.
And the
Of
tea
course.
is offered. And there are cups there, and the tea is better than last time you were here. It is passable. No, slightly
Well,
stale.
He has certainly been reading my book then if his tea's getting better.
Yep, yep. And there are some slightly mouldy cucumber sandwiches there as well. Alas, I have not quite perfected your cucumber sandwich.
So it is a valiant attempt, Chernoborg. As soon as you get movement back, I'm sure you'll be a master of it.
Yes. Is there anything else? You've given me the stone I wished, and done favour for the Earth Ashabi.
What's your game, Chernoborg? What do you get out of all of this?
I see, I observe, I learn. I am not on your side, I am not on their side. I will help as much as I can, as long as it benefits me, of course.
Ah. Now that is an attitude I can respect, Chernoborg.
Yeah.
Now, I think
Is there anything?
our business concluded. Where is this mine?
Is there anything else I wish I could do for any?
Now's your time, guys. You got a question to make with a potentially eldritch being. Now's your time to ask.
Did I inquire last time? I did. No, I did. I think I did, didn't I? I did inquire last time with Regesh's whereabouts. That's where I saw the vision about her raising that
Yep.
resistance. Yeah, okay, I'm fine then.
Jack-
Do you wish to lay eyes on daughter again?
I wouldn't mind doing so. I'd appreciate it.
As I said before, this is, I can see into the future, the past, present, At the moment, we're on a conflux timelines. Can only see at the present moment. Are you sure you wish to do this?
So I just because you might cut out there. Do you say the present moment?
Yeah.
Which is what I was saying. Yeah. Yeah. Then in which case, yes.
And the globe starts to become cloudy again. And very dark. You see in a mine tunnel, you see a dead dwarf. You see a dead human. And you see on the ground there, holding a familiar sword, impaled through the chest, Ragesh. Dead, not moving. Do you see your daughter?
Brick is just going to pull himself out of the vision, if possible. I don't know if that's possible. Can he do that? Or
yeah,
he's going to pull himself out.
But
of
you've
vision.
seen that now, yeah.
Yeah. And he's just going to be quiet.
Alas, it seems your daughter has perished. Maybe now this fight is not for you. Only you can decide that. Jacques Clouseau, you wish to gaze into the orb?
Well, I can have a look in it. I've no idea what I would want to see. I can look if there's anything you think of.
And you go up to the orb. And the orb goes cloudy again, and suddenly it becomes a baleful red colour. Could you make a wisdom saving throw for me, please?
God. 10.
Your hands are drawn towards the orb. Not touch the orb. You feel that you need to put your hands on the orb. You take 7 points of psychic damage.
That would be half because I'm resistant to it, isn't it?
Are you resistant to psychic damage?
Yes.
But this isn't halved.
No.
This is you take 7 points of psychic damage, and you take a point of exhaustion, which is why you get the psychic damage.
Okay. Do you also roll a d10?
No, that's what the damage was. That was the 7.
Right. Okay, yeah.
And you'll feel your hands are on there. The rest of you see Jacques doing this. You can see the fur on his arms starts to stand up and start to solidify into crystals.
Yep.
Rest
I'm
of you doing
very
anything?
wide-eyed and not.
Does this look bad to Boris? Does he see like a negative here, or?
It's a little bit like when you get with the Guardians of the Galaxy picked up the Infinity Stone. Yeah.
Okay, well Boris is an idiot, so he's going to walk over there and drag him away. Basically, just put hands on his shoulders and drag him back.
Okay. And you do.
And
Could you make
how long would the orb stay red for after I let go? Stop touching.
You want to touch it, so Boris, could you make an
No,
athletics roll for me, please?
when Boris drags me away, how long after is that going to stay red for? Because
You haven't been dragged away yet. You haven't been dragged away yet. So make an athletics roll, Boris. Jacques, you want to hold on to the orb. So that's So that will be an acrobatics roll. Boris does a 17. You dodge him. You take another point of exhaustion and 4 points of psychic damage.
Can Boris have another go? He wasn't expecting JC to move.
Yeah. Some people can help you as well with things like guidance.
Oh yeah, that's the thing I could do. Boris, have some of that.
Right, this time Boris pays attention and he's going to drag him away.
Yeah.
Not great still, but okay. And I can't beat a 24 either.
Well, I'm going to give you advantage now because he's really just quite stationary.
Okay, then even a 1 on guidance would have me beat him.
Okay, so you pull him away, and as soon as you pulled away, the globe just goes clear again.
Okay. I was going to say, if as long as it stays red, I'm going to be scrabbling to try to get to it.
Yeah, it's completely clear again.
Okay.
That the curse said. Your curse is deep. It does not bode
really
well.
likes colour.
It is the baleful moon curses you. Does anybody else wish to look into the orb?
Definitely not. That looked awful.
Yes, that doesn't look ideal. I have many questions, most of which revolve around my past specifically.
Do you wish to look into the orb? I can only see you present, though, at the moment.
Yes. No, for the time being, there is nothing I require in the present.
You need to know how to get into the mine. There is another way in.
Oh?
Most do not know of it. The orb can show you.
Very well then. If you can, I'd like you to.
Okay.
Okay, so we'll take a little look.
And it goes, the orb goes cloudy. And then you are flying over the jungle, and then you can see a lot of the jungle has gone. And it's just been, and you can see where this army of demons has been. They've just laid complete devastation. But you can track out a way there is a mountainside, and you can see there it stops by the side of the mountain. This is a hidden way into the mine.
Okay. Can I make out any trees in this image?
Yes, you can.
Cool. Can I pick it? See if I can find a suitably, seemingly large one and make a note of it.
From an image like this, you probably couldn't do it. You don't know the tree intimately enough to do this sort of thing with that. You need to see the tree and understand its nature.
Sure.
You need to be able to get in. I, alas, do not know the way into this mine via this portal. But I'm sure that you, as powerful you are, could find a way in. If you still wish to go there, I would advise that you leave Singborn to its devices. Half-blood, what do you owe Singborn?
Approximately half of who I am, thank you very much.
They have spurned you.
I know. And wouldn't it be so satisfying to watch the one they've spurned come back in and save them all?
Interesting viewpoint. So, are you resolved to go to the mine?
to achieve my goals, I will go through any hardship. And I'm sure my companions are more than happy to share it with me, right guys?
There are riddles here, dressed in enigma, hidden as a puzzle. In the end, she who pulls the strings is after something. But that's something you will need to find out. I would say farewell, but I believe, Wafflehouse, your souls are in peril.
My dear friend, souls are something that I have been concerned myself with a long time. There ain't no puppets on this man anymore. Now take us to the mine.
I have shown leader the way.
Yes, I believe I can get us now.
I can offer you more tea.
Too much of a good thing and all that.
Agreed.
But the next time I'm here, Chernoborg, it will be an interesting meeting for both of us.
Yes. It will. Hopefully we can exchange knowledge at that point. Because I'm sure there will be tales to tell. Farewell, Wafflehouse. And the room just disappears, and you find yourself standing in the boughs of the tree.
Well, it's not quite a map, but I believe I know the route to get us to this hidden entrance of the mine.
Do you believe a word he says? It's difficult to tell. Strangely like me. Horribly honest and really trustworthy, but you never really know.
I think we can trust him to do what's in his own best interest. That's about as much as we can trust him, I think.
All I know is that I am really tired. I want to take a cat nap.
Well, now I have this back. That can be arranged, cat.
Maybe not here though.
Well, no. I'm going to have some time to reconcile these two books. So for the time being, I will have to rely on the expert writings of Mr. Horatio. Dak, it's up to you.
Okay. Can I get my bearings from where we are now, based on where we need to go from what I was able to see? Oh, hello?
Sorry, the flight was over a lot of barren forest. Basically, the forest had been destroyed by the, presumably by the demons.
Yeah.
So yes, you know which way to go.
Cool. Okay, well, I guess we better get going then, and I'll lead the way.
Okay. As a druid, you understand nature. You understand forests and swamps. This has a slightly unnatural tinge to it. But the trees tend to open up in front of you and guide you out of the swamp. And walking for 2 or 3 hours, you're making good time. You get to... let me just get rid of that. Can I just put you? I'm just going to put your thingies on a new one. Who have we got here? Who is missing? Lewin. I've got 2 of those. I don't want those. Dak and Jacques. Okay. So Dak is in the lead. You're in verdant jungle. You hear water in front of you. The jungle starts to get less dense, and you can see there is water now. There is a river running there. There's a broken bridge there. Across the other side, can you see the map? I don't know if you can see it.
I can see the map.
Over the other side, you can see a broken building, broken ruins. There's a broken bridge, and you can see a number of these creatures you saw in the orb. There's a couple of these small little things there, very tiny, probably about 2 foot tall, if that. And there's swarmed over. There's some cattle there, which are dead. As you're watching, you can see one of the little creatures consumes one as it's moaning, as a cow is moaning, and at that point, you can see it writhe and turn into one of the larger ones. And they're snarling and feasting on the flesh.
Well, those are indeed demons. God. Ghastly creatures, really. At least for devils, you know you're getting stabbed in the back. Demons just eat your face.
Should I kill them?
I mean, with vigor.
I highly encourage it, Boris.
And at that night, Brick is just going to start walking towards the edge of the jungle.
Okay. Okay.
You really should have seen this coming, Lynn.
Dak, my dear fellow. You're of infernal heritage, aren't you?
Yes.
You don't have any contact with any ancestors by any chance, do you?
No.
A shame. I imagine a few devils would be more than interested in this. And there's nothing more useful than a devil with mutual need.
As Brick gets to the edge of the forest, Reg, can you make a stealth roll for me, please?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be stealthy. I'm just going to straight up go and murder.
Okay. So you just stop there. All these creatures stop, and little like meerkats, they stop, sniff the air, and they look round towards you.
And with a click of my boots and a click of my fingers, I will begin to hover across the ocean with my glaive already on fire.
Yep.
Sorry. I'm not going to put a number on, but I'm like 10 foot off.
Okay. Okay, you're doing that. What are the rest of you doing?
Well, I will make my way to the water's edge, but I'm going to try and stay a little more hidden than Brick was. Not necessarily.
I'm going to do an initiative roll for everybody then.
I'll stop where I am then. I'll stop. Yep.
Why have I got that one there? Get rid of that.
Those are some fast dead cows.
Yep. Boris.
Okay, so where is it okay for Boris to be? So basically, when I said, okay, I'll go and kill them, I assumed me and Brick both left, but I didn't actually see that we were making movement across the map.
Okay.
Some sort of...
Okay, so I'll let you can all be here if you wish to be. Here we go.
Okie dokie. So Boris then is going to do a lovely bit of raging.
Let me just have some. Don't know if you can hear the music. You hear battle music?
Yep.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
I
can.
can.
Okay. So you can see Brick is flying across the water, about 10 feet up. Boris, what are you doing?
So Boreas has gone into a rage, which means instinctive pounce, so he's going to get an extra bit of movement there.
Yep.
And he is going to move and dash, I think. Because I assume that's what he needs to sort of run, swim, and get to the other side, or at least do a good job
swimming.
getting.
You will swim at half speed.
Okay. So with his instinctive pounce, that takes him up to 60 foot of movement, and then he's going to dash, so he's up to 120.
Yeah.
That's a lot of movement.
So that'll then be 40.
Well, if it's a leap, don't you technically, if that's 60, couldn't you just leap across the ocean? Ocean,
I don't
river,
know.
my bad. I don't know why it's an ocean. Been a long day.
Yep.
Incredible Hulk style.
I think that's 95 feet to get to there.
Okay.
So then that leaves me just a little bit more.
Are you dashing to do that?
Yep, so that's 95, so that leaves me with another 25 left.
Jesus. Anyway, there we go. Yep.
Well, I'll get nice and close to someone, ready to take some swings when I get the chance.
Okay. So have you got an attack now, or is that just all your movement? You've just.
That's it, yeah, I had to use my action to dash,
Okay,
so
okay.
that'll be that.
Okay, so these ones now see you there, and they come scuttling on their legs towards you. They can move 5, 10, 15. Just bowl through these ones here. Gets to there, and he gets to. No, he can't move yet. And he is going to try and rend you with his claws. He's got 3 claws at the front, and he's got sort of tentacles coming out of his mouth as well. And he attacks you 3 times with his claws. 20 to hit.
Hits.
He take 9 piercing and 9 necrotic damage.
Ooh, damn, okay. Yep.
And then he attacks you again. 13 to hit and 22 to hit.
Yep, 22 hits.
That is 8 piercing and 8 necrotic damage. Don't forget your piercing damage halved.
Yep.
Okay. As his claws are ripping into you and you're starting to bleed. That's him done. Next is this one. As you are there, 5, 10, 15. They can move to here. And he is going to spit at you. He gobs some phlegm out of his mouth with a 7 to hit.
Oh.
No, and it hits the ground and starts to sizzle. He's going to do the same. He's going to get advantage now because you are surrounded. 20 to hit.
That hits.
That's 4 poison damage.
Ouch.
Lewin.
Okie dokie. Ooh, well, fantastic. They're all distracted by Boris up front, so I am just going to sneak out of the trees.
Yep.
And with that, I am going to focus on the mind of this one at the back, next to the 2 undead bovines.
Yep.
And with that, I'm going to try and reach into his mind and shape who he thinks is ally and enemy. So, can he do a intelligence save for me, please? If he can be charmed, if he's immune to being frightened.
Okay, that is what save is it? Sorry.
It's an intelligence save.
Intelligence save. Yep. Saving throw. 12.
That's a 12. So he now views everyone there as hostile.
Yep.
And then, Brick, you're just sort of hovering, aren't you? You're not flying.
No, I'm like well, it's the boots, so I'm about 10 feet off the floor, so to speak, of the river.
That's fine. What I am going to do then is I've moved 10, so that's 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm going to start making my way towards this broken bridge.
Okay.
And that is me this round.
Okay. The cows. Get rid of those. And this one here is going to try and spit at you, Boris. With a 8 to hit.
Nope.
Okay. And this one here is going to come around here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. And they can see them all diving on you. Three claw attacks. He's got advantage here. 17 to hit.
Nope.
23 to hit.
Yes.
7 piercing and 7 necrotic damage as claws rend into you. And the last one is 24 to hit.
Yep.
10 piercing and 9 necrotic damage.
Yep, cool.
Okay, JC.
Cool. I am going to. Obviously, my movement's hard, but I'm going to start walking across.
How many levels of exhaustion do you have, JC?
2.
2. Okay.
But here's the thing, because I don't know if the others know it yet. I'm going to use one of the abilities of Egris, but the others don't know. So all they're going to see is I am going to casually, slowly, simply start walking into the water and just descending.
Yep.
And I use my bonus to dash as well. 5, 10, 15. So that gets me to there. I'm now completely under the water.
Yep.
And that'll be me.
Okay, you got your action as well.
I can't use my action to do more movement, can I?
Yes, you can.
Yeah, you can. You can dash. You can
No,
also use
I
your...
did bonus as a dash as a bonus.
You can do it twice. You can do dash as an action and a bonus.
You can double dash.
Yeah.
It's why monks are so good, is they can move like 1,000,000 miles an hour.
No, I want to keep this theatrical, so I will
Alright.
just hold a dodge.
Okay,
action.
so the hat is just floating on the water, and you're just underneath it. Yep. Yep.
No, I'm
but
completely,
it is
the hat's
following
still on
you.
my head, but I'm completely underwater.
Okay.
I'm going to do like a Terminator thing because I can breathe underwater, courtesy of Egris.
Okay. This guy is going to spit at
JC, Rick,
Stack. Whoever you are. 12 to hit against Boris.
No.
Brick.
Oh, sorry, yeah, I realised I was muted.
Yep.
Well, I would like to rage.
Yeah, go for it.
So I'm going to pop that, and then I will go 30 feet. So here, and let me just check who's in range. Okay, Boris isn't. That's a good piece of news.
Yep.
Right, let's deal. I'm going to deal with the first one that's right in front of me then.
Yep.
So make sure I've got everything ticked. Yep. I'm going to just slice into him
Go for it.
with a 17 to hit.
Whack, you slice into him, doing 7 slashing and 11 fire damage, and he just disappears.
Ooh. Actually, I'm just speaking on that. Oh, it doesn't really matter on this one if he already disappears, but I've changed, at level 16, I changed my fighting style to great weapons, so technically they're the slashing. I would have been able to re-roll one of those, because it was a 1 on the slashing damage.
Okay.
But I don't need to. I have interest with that. Is that just on the slashing part of the attack, or if I technically rolled a 1 on one of the flames, would that
Didn't we
do
change?
that as well?
Didn't we change that on Retribution anyway, so that it did that? I thought I changed it. So I thought I changed. I put a little macro on it, so it automatically.
It's disappeared.
Oh, has it disappeared? Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not there.
Sorry, my bad.
But we
Okay.
can. That's all right. Well,
Okay.
a couple of things have changed on my sheet. To be fair, I had to reset a couple of bits, but
Okay.
that's fine.
Okay, so he just disappears,
Cool.
and, and very rapidly he just disappears into smoke. and smudge.
Rick just calmly turns around, and the one just to the right hand side of the Boris, he's going to strike that one next.
Go for it.
21 to hit.
And that does. Gone.
Yeah. And last but not least, with his third attack, that one on the top right as well. He's
How high are you, by the way?
I was 10 feet, but when I came back, I would have floated back down to ground level when I got across the river.
Right. Okay. So he's in range. Then,
yeah. So that'll be the last one I hit there. Another. As he just vanishes.
He just vanishes into nothingness. Okay. And this one has got enemies abound on him. So, distances. 25 versus 30. So he's going to run towards you, Brick.
Yep.
Does he get extra attack, extra things with this, enemies abound? Or just attacks?
It will just attack nearest creature it normally would. So the only thing it changes is its recognition of friend and foe. Just everything is now an enemy.
So it swings its claws at you. And that does a... Sorry, I've lost me thing. 22 to hit.
Yep.
That is 5 piercing and 8 necrotic damage.
Just checking the rage what it actually halves. I think it's just the
piercing, not the necrotic. No.
No, it's just
I spirit shield, please.
You may.
Let's spirit shield.
Yep. So you prevent 18 damage, and so your ancestors come out.
Oh dear, that's not good. I think after this encounter, DM, maybe we call it, because that doesn't sound very good.
Sorry, I'm just puffing on a venting inhaler, Nick. Okay, so he takes 18 force damage back.
I think it's only the amount that it manages to, so it should take 13, I think.
He'll take 13 damage then, yeah?
I think so, yeah, force damage.
Okay, and he gets to attack again. Natural 20.
Oh, I wish you spirit shielded that one, mate.
But you have adamantine armour, remember?
That's fine. I can do this.
You got adamantine armour, so it's 5 piercing and
Oh yeah, of course.
And 10 necrotic damage.
Oh, I'm glad you said that. I keep forgetting about that.
So that's
and half that, so it'll be 2 extra. Okay, yeah.
So you get 10, you get 12 damage there.
Yeah.
And one last attack is 26 to hit.
3 attacks. Who does he think he is? Me?
8 piercing and 7 necrotic, so it's 4 plus it's 11 damage altogether.
Yeah.
Okay, Dak.
Cool. Well, the boys over there look like they're having fun. And
He just needs to make a saving throw at the end of his turn as well. See if he intelligence 18. What's your
it's 19, but he hasn't taken any damage yet, so he doesn't get to roll.
He has. He's taken damage from the force hit that hit him back.
Oh, yes, of course he did. An 18 is a fail.
Okay, Dak.
Cool. So, seeing as Lewin's going to make his way over to the bridge, Dak will also do the same, as the boys look like they're having fun over there.
Yeah.
I should move to there and then take the dodge action until Lewin catches up.
And the last pitling here is going to come, dun, 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 and it is going to attack Boris with a melee attack with a 23 to hit, 4 poison damage.
Yep.
Okay. Start of your next round, Boris. These little creatures stink. You are poisoned until the start of your next turn. And they're letting off a horrible, horrible smell.
Poisoned does what?
Disadvantage on attacks.
And ability checks.
Okie dokie. Fair enough. Alright, so Boris is going to attack recklessly, of course, but he will not get the advantage on that.
Yep.
So he's going to smack the bigger guy that's directly south of him. The one that's west of him.
Go for it. Natural 1.
Awesome.
Bosh. Hit the ground. Yep.
Is there just like a crater and like all the dust is thrown in the air as he misses?
Boris is angrily yelling at Fusto, like, I didn't run away, I ran directly into the fire, and now you're letting me down. Come on, pick it up.
Okay, go for it again.
Go for it again.
Yep. 28. Bang. Okay, so this one here, yep. Don't forget, you've got your extra things that you can do. That is 12 bludgeoning, 6, so 18 and 19 damage, yep.
Rick, stop. Stop, Rick.
What's he doing?
Just something so funny.
And you get, is that your both? That's your 2 attacks, yep. Okay. Doing anything else?
Sorry, I think we may have doubled up on... We've doubled up on the rage damage there, because I added it into my rage, but you've added it as a second bonus rage thing there.
You get an extra rage point, remember, if you...
Yes, I have like a separate tick box for my rage damage, and I added it onto there.
Oh, okay, so...
And you've also added it as rage, so that's just 1 less damage, and I'll reduce my tick box.
Okay, alright, so that's 18 damage altogether then, yep?
Yep.
Oh, he gets 1 back. Happy him. Okay. Next, these guys go to town on you. 15 to hit.
No.
Natural 20.
That might hit.
Because they have an advantage because you're surrounded. So that is 8 plus 6 is 14 piercing damage, which is half to 7. And 5 plus, it doesn't do this automatically, so 5, 17 necrotic damage.
Okay.
And he gets 1 other go. 19 to hit.
No. Oh, sorry, yes.
Yes, yeah, so that's 5 piercing and 8 necrotic damage on you.
Okay.
The pitling is going to spit at you with a 6 to hit.
No.
Lewin.
Okie dokie. Well, great plans and all that. I am going to do 5, 10, which I believe gets me in range. Just going to check with the... that is 65, 70... Yeah, it's only 5 feet, which I think all of which is in range. Yeah, 120 feet.
Yep.
So I am going to cast Dandelion Bloom at 3rd level to
Yep.
give me an extra 3 bolts.
Yep.
4, 5. There we go. And I am going to send 2 of them
Yep.
at the one closest to me, next to Boris.
This one here, yep. Yep.
Yep. So that's going to be a total of 7 points of force damage for this one.
Yeah.
And then the remaining 3 are going to go to the one next to him up here, which
Yep.
is going to be 12 points of force damage.
And that one just evaporates into as a dandelion seeds floating into the sky, and then just poof into some black smoke as the ichor just stains the ground.
And then I'm going to do 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I'm going to stay 25 to give Dak plenty of time to move. And I'll say, can you make a bridge? And that is my go.
Okay, next to Ruinant. He is going to come here to try and... what's his intelligence? Yes, he'll be able to do that. He will do that. He is going to go for 3 bloodletting claw attacks. 25 to hit. 7 piercing and 9 necrotic. 9 necrotic.
That's against Boris.
Against Boris, yep.
Yep.
Natural 20.
Yep.
Which is 9 plus... So it's 15 piercing and 6, 18 necrotic. So piercing is halved.
Yep.
And the last one would be another natural 20. Which is 11 piercing and 16, 18 necrotic damage.
What's happened to your rolling? It's usually rubbish.
Well, I've got
I don't like
advantage
this
in all
at
his
all.
attacks.
In fairness, he has rolled 4 natural ones. They've just all had higher numbers next to them.
So that's him done. JC.
Cool. Well, very theatrically, you're going to see JC like a Terminator coming up out of the water, straight up to this
Oh,
one,
yeah.
and going to stab him in the back with Egri.
Go for it. You get advantage and disadvantage. So it's an equal roll. So 18 to hit, yeah?
Yep.
And his and you skewer him with Egri. So you get sneak attack.
Yep. Cool, so that's 31, 43 damage. So I just whisper sweet death into his ear, hopefully.
How much damage is that, sorry?
43.
I was dying there.
Yeah,
43, yeah?
43? Yeah, 43.
Okay, nice. Brick.
Yes. Okay, so let's deal with the one to the top right of me. So let me just quickly check. Yeah, I'm going to use a Fighting Spirit here. Just pop that on. Okay, and let's. I'm going to use the Rapid Strikes to forgo advantage for the first 2 attacks. So let's just roll that normal. Oh, that's 20.
Who are you attacking first?
The one
Sorry,
on the.
can I-
Yeah, go.
We have had 4 natural 20s.
Yeah, but then we won't have any for like the next 2 months.
Yep.
We're just using them all up on like a little fight.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So which one are you hitting?
The one on top right.
This one here, yeah? So
Yes.
how much damage have you done?
20, 36, 38, 48, 53 total.
53 damage, yeah?
Oh my god, I actually did pretty good there. I did roll a 10 and a 10.
Nice.
Yes.
53, so that is... gosh, I'll do the maths now.
Just with the weapons, the great weapon fight, does that count just for the glaive itself, or does it count on the magical fire? Because if it is, then I technically can re-roll some of that flame damage.
I think it will be just for the weapon attack.
I thought so. Yeah, that's fine then.
You've already got a lightsaber. What more do you want?
Yeah, I didn't want to make it absolutely cracked, but I was assuming it would probably just be the weapon itself rather than the magic.
Okay. That's your first hit.
Okay, and if he's not dead, then he's going to swing again.
Go for it.
Dush, 24 to hit.
Hits again.
A much less impressive 19 damage.
Yep. And you're starting to hack at him as bits of black blood are just leaking onto the ground.
If he's not a fine powder, we are going again, but this time it will be at advantage. That's 28. And that will be a 23 damage.
And
Fantastic.
he just collapses onto the ground. His legs just fall akimbo, and he just very rapidly turns to black sludge. Just blows away in the breeze.
In which case, Brick will just whip around 5 feet, and as he swings around behind him, just cleaves into this one that's slightly weakened next to Boris.
Which one?
Sorry, the one just to my right. This one here.
Yep. Okay. Go for it.
Oh yeah, that will be advantage. Sorry, yeah, that's 27 to hit.
At whack.
Yep. So I'm expecting he will just evaporate.
Sorry, that's he just disappears into a puff.
Fantastic.
It just completely goes.
And in which case I will pop my action surge, and we are going to continue tearing into these poor souls.
Okay.
Now the one in the bottom left here.
Yep.
These are advantage as well, aren't they? With the fighting spirit still for the whole turn, isn't it? I think.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So that's 18 to hit. Which will be, if that hits, that's 30 damage.
That's advantage. Yep.
Yes.
That is 30 damage. Yep.
Okay.
The blender is blending.
He's Brick is pissed off, so he's got to take out something. 29 to hit, so that's a 19 damage.
Yep.
And last but not least, if he's still up, 26 to hit. That'll be 25 damage.
There we go. And he goes down too. He just completely blitzed them.
There we go. And I think that's the end of my turn.
He is gone. Dak.
I will turn to them and say, no, I've not got anything to build a bridge. I thought you might. And I'll go up to the top of the bridge where it is now, and I'll just yell to the others, go on, get him! And take dodge action.
He is dead. Boris.
Let's hit some things.
I'm no longer poisoned.
Excellent. I'm going to hit the big one recklessly, of course.
Yeah.
Good.
Go for it. Whack. How much damage is that? 19 damage, yep. So the flail swings round. 19 damage, it says. Yep.
And we'll go for a second one.
Yep. And whack again. And you're just smashing Fusto into him. How much damage is that? It's 18 damage, isn't it?
Plus the one bonus, because I've reduced my rage damage now. So that should have been a 20 and a 19.
Sorry, I'm just dying quietly. His go now. He is starting to look a little nervous. Okay, he shakes his back vigorously, and you can see these white crystals come off it. So Boris, Brick, and JC have to make a Constitution saving throws, please.
Oh, yep.
So Boris succeeds, Brick succeeds, and
When mine does it, 'cause it's not.
Natural 20s are having fun tonight. aren't
We
they?
are, yeah, but we're not going to get one for like the rest of the year. This is the last ones we get.
so JC
For some reason, you
fails.
rolled twice, so ignore the second.
So the salt comes flying off his back and just deposits on the wounds that you've got. Bloody COVID. Those who pass take six. Those who fail take 16 necrotic damage. Those who
16?
pass, yeah, those who pass take 8.
Can I uncanny dodge it? Just to halve it?
No, because this is a Constitution saving throw.
Ah, okay.
Okay.
And then he is going to try and Scarper. You can get an attack of opportunity, boys.
Well, that sounds like fun.
Yep.
I think he deserves it as well. He's been quite mean.
17 to hit. That does it. Hits him. That's another 17 damage, yeah? So
Yep.
1, 2, 5, 11, 10, 11, 12. So he gets there. He is being left alone. He is going to jump at you, Boris. He's going to try and spit at you with a 9 to hit.
No.
And that's him done. Lewin.
So only this last one left standing. Lewin, with all of his arcane ability, is gonna hit him like a golf ball. hit him for 4, Boris. And he is going to take the dodge action, and he's going to stand on the bridge and enjoy the show.
JC.
10, 15. I will do my movement and bonus dash to get behind him, and
Yep.
then I am going to skewer him when it lets me. That's a natural one, no matter what happens.
So what happens with a natural 1?
I am just looking. When you roll a 1 on an attack roll made with this weapon, you must make a DC 20 Charisma saving throw.
Go for it.
Charisma. Why is it running so slow?
Do you have disadvantage on this?
Well, it's an ability check. I don't know if it's kind of ability checks.
Didn't you say
Being
DC
failed.
20? So you fail.
So you
either way.
fail. Yep, you fail.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
So that's one of them when it does it. It's running really slow for me. Yeah, so that is a failed roll. You gain 1 level of exhaustion.
Okay, so you roll 1d10.
So you do a 9.
And I will tell you what happens with that if I can find it. Basically, more crystals appear on your arm. And so you got your I'll try and find it. I'll have to text you what it is, what's happened to you.
Yeah, that's fine.
Because I can't find it at the moment. Basically, you start to get these crystal lumps appear out of your fur. Okay. Okay, Brick.
Yep. Sorry, I'm just joining you on the coffin there.
I'm sorry about this.
Well, that's all right. If there's one left standing, then he won't be in a moment. So I'm going to go over to him and bonk. Yeah, he's dead.
Yep.
Vanished.
Yep.
And unless these cows look vaguely threatening, that will be the end of turn.
Okay. There's one up here, remember, who's running away.
Oh, I'm not going to be able to catch him.
Okay. So you're going to leave that one alone then, yeah?
I mean, we shouldn't leave witnesses, but I don't think I can get him. And
Okay. So he then runs. Nobody else is going to. Actually, Boris potentially could.
Boris would.
There are no survivors.
Okay. Dak, you doing anything?
Just going to turn to Lewin and just say they really are very good at getting things, aren't they?
Boris.
Yes, Boris is going to move into a clear line of sight. Oh, actually, does it? It's 2060, isn't it? Sorry, so I was there. So I want to be within 20 feet so as not to get disadvantaged, don't I?
Go for it.
Yes! So, Boris will shout, Ravel!
Yep. So make an athletics or grapple check for me.
As it goes flying from his hand.
And I have to make a check. That will be a acrobatics check. I rolled a 5. You rolled an 18. You catch him. Make a contested strength roll.
Straight up strength, okie dokie.
Yep. Oh, actually, what does it say? I can't remember what we said in that. Is it contested strength roll, or do you? What happened?
Yeah, sure. So make a contested strength check
Yep.
against the target. The loser is moved within 5 feet of the winner.
Okay, you get pulled towards him, to there.
Okay, the thing
Yep.
that I wasn't sure on, does that count as an attack that I managed to hit him with this?
Yeah, that's one
Or-
attack. Yeah.
And does it do any damage as an attack?
No, it doesn't. It's just grappled him.
Okay, cool. So that gets me up close, and then I can actually make my attack as a second attack as such.
Yep. Yep.
Cool. Let's do that.
So, so tell everybody what just happened there.
Oh yeah. So So yeah, if you haven't seen Boris use this yet, he shouts out a strange word that, of course, he doesn't understand the meaning of. And Fusto goes flying out of his hand. It grappled onto this guy, and you saw Boris try to drag him back, but it didn't work. Instead, he got flung towards.
So the chain gets very long all of a sudden, and the head of Fusto wraps around this creature, and Boris is pulled towards it.
It's kind of like Spider-Man did.
Exactly that.
It exactly like that, yeah. And now he's going to try and buff it on the head.
Go for it. Okay, and you boffed it on the head. Yeah, yep.
It doesn't want to die.
Doesn't want to die. His go now. He is going to, now you are there on your own, he is going to attack you 3 times with a 24 to hit.
Yep.
6 piercing and 7 necrotic damage.
Okay, this could do something.
11 to hit.
No.
23 to hit.
Yes.
It's 8 piercing and 6 necrotic damage.
Okay, bear with me a second. So the first one took me down to there, and the final one took me down to 0. So I need to do my... So I need to do a DC Constitution saving throw, and if I succeed, I'll drop to 1 hit point instead.
Go for it.
Okay, so Boris is still up on 1.
Okay. He was very interested. You see all these tentacles from his mouth were just reaching towards you now.
That doesn't seem very nice.
That didn't count as healing, did it?
I don't believe that counts as healing. It just doesn't drop to 0, drops to 1 instead. I'll tell you what, I put into.
No, it's okay. It's not healing. Okay, that's cool. He is done. Lewin.
He is far too far away from me to be able to do anything. So what I will do is there's no sense in standing around like a bunch of wastrels. How deep is this water roughly?
You don't know. You haven't been in.
Okay.
But it's relatively slow flowing. You think it's probably only about 15 feet deep, 10, 15 feet deep.
Anyone who saw it, you would know that it's at least a jack's and a bit depth.
That's fine. What I'm going to do then is I'm going to start trying to build something to travel across. So I'm going to use mould earth underneath the water to try and bring up a dirt platform.
Okay.
Just at 5 foot 5.
It's going to take a while to do that.
That's fine. Multiple round thing.
But the river is flowing. It's not very fast, but it would wash that away.
Ah, fair enough.
It would dam it.
Oh, stuff it. I've got the spell slots for this. What I will do then is, with a clasp of the hands together, just a wall of stone is just going to connect either sides of this bridge.
Yep. No problem.
I'll just mark that in.
Yep.
And then I will just walk across it.
Okay.
That's 5, 10. Oh, great, now I've managed to get myself stuck underneath the bridge. 15, 20, 25, 30. Brilliant.
Okay, JC.
When roll 20 lets me move it because it's running so slow. 5, 10, 15, 5, 10, 15, too short, really. Actually, I'll do it this way. 5, 10, 15, 5, 10, 50. Cool. I can go to there using movement and bonus as dash.
Yep.
And then I will shoot that one with the short bow.
Go for it.
With an 18.
18 hits it.
Cool. I wouldn't think that would count sneak, so it'd be 6 piercing.
6 piercing damage. Is that a magical weapon?
No.
6 piercing. Okay. It still hits it, just thuds into him, and he takes a minor flesh wound. Doing anything
A
else?
splinter. No, that's me done for the moment.
Okay, Brick.
Yes, I I will go 30 feet up here, and I'm not going to reach him. But I notice there's a pile of stones or bricks next to me.
Yep.
I will throw one at it.
Okay, so free action to pick it up.
Great, yeah, and I will throw that at him.
That's
so
a
what? I can throw
disadvantage.
3 of those.
It's a free. You get 1 free action to pick up 1 stone.
Oh, 1 free action. Okay, I'll throw one then. Yeah, so it'd be. So you say that's disadvantage?
What's the range on a thrown weapon?
2060, isn't it? I think.
I think you're probably right.
Yeah. Okay, it'll be
Well,
disadvantage.
let you do it
That's
anyway. Got such a strong strength, you can do it anyway.
fine. Yeet.
So disadvantage 18. That hits.
18.
Hits it for
13 damage.
So the damage is going to be. You're going to roll for this. It's going to be a. I'm going to say a stone's 1d2.
Okay.
Plus, you don't get
Rage.
your rage on a on a ranged weapon.
Okay.
So it's 1d2. Let's give you 2 points for that. 8 damage. Yep.
Okay. Yeah.
Yep.
Sounds
there we
good.
go. Bonking him on the head.
If rage doesn't count on the range attack, does that mean rage go down?
No, because you made an attack. You just can't add it to it.
Okay.
Dak.
Cool.
There's some webbing across the bridge.
I will go. Yeah, I can go to there. I will move and dash, and as I pass through and say, "Brilliant! I thought we were going to get wet." And then that's just about there. So yeah, that's my action.
That's your done.
And my movement. So yeah, that's me done.
Okay, Boris,
Reckless attacks.
go for it. Whack. So, boys, how do you want to do this?
Hey!
Recklessly. So Boris is basically like one big broken bruise at this point. And he's just furiously swiping away at this thing.
Okay. And he does, and basically he just swipe at it, and it just turns into mush and cloud, and you keep swiping at it. There are some tentacles wrapped around your arms, and you feel it almost sucking at your very existence, but then you just annihilate this creature. You are left covered in black ichor. It turns into smoke, and then you are standing there in the forest, just at the other side of the forest. And then it just starts to rain, and it just washes it all off. You can hear thunder in the background. Ominously, a portent of a journey to come.
Is that a good place to call it, DM?
I think that's probably.
I'm going to stop there, please, if that's all right.
Yeah.
I'm going to stop recording now, and I'll let you guys carry on chatting if you wish to.
Get some dinner.
That's not a bad idea.
How do I share images from the library?